welcome back to Pacific Pulse, episode 13. Riggsy and my man Vils. Brother, we're back at it again.
We're here again. G'day everyone.
We're back, man. It's good to be back. How's the week, man?
Yeah, feels like it was a holiday on Monday, yeah?
For Queensland, it was. For Queensland, it was a holiday. For New South
we got
Wales,
the
no, we
extra.
had to work.
Unlucky.
Very unlucky.
It's been a very short week for me. We're filming on the Friday, so we didn't have that break to the Sunday. It doesn't feel as relaxed, but, just feels busy. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Obviously, didn't have the experience of the long weekend, obviously, because we had to work. So I was based in New South Wales, but it was business as usual, mate. But no, man. The only thing really for me, man, is God is good all the time,
All the time. Amen.
and all the time God is good, man. It's just, I don't know if the phone's listening to me or listening to us, but it's just there's a switch that's happening. And you've probably seen it in previous episodes as well, team. But we've discussed it at length as well. There's a switch that's happening, and I think people out there just need to, be reminded. I guess they know who the truth is, but I think they just need to be reminded, and we've got to bring them home, so to speak.
Yeah, 100%. On this platform here, man, this is why we do what we do. We started off as faith, family, and footy, right? And we just transitioned into what we're doing now. But man, God's always at the forefront, right?
Mate, nothing, he guides our steps, and it says in the book, in the word as well, that, faith without works is dead. So we've got to go and then we've got to put in the work, otherwise, we won't be able to bless it. It's no use sitting there going, oh yeah, God will take care of it. He'll set those cameras up and everything for us. We don't have to do anything. No, it don't work like that, man. So,
Amen.
no, it's good, man. And again, man, it's just being consistent with it all.
Yep.
As always, man, it's just, like with anything, man, consistency is the key, whether it be, in life, whether you be training, doing gym, eating, trying to eat properly and stuff, just immerse yourself in the word consistently, whether it be reading, listening to worship music or stuff, but just,
Yeah, man.
being consistent with it.
That's awesome.
Isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, man. So,
Amen.
doing a bit of continuation of, sorry, man, testimony from you.
Testimony.
God's doing with you.
Man, we got so much, eh? We got so much.
Mate, that's the best thing. What's the one thing that sort of stands out for you though this week?
This week we had Javon's birthday.
How old is he?
He is now 13. Yeah, so all teenagers now, except for one.
Where's the time gone, man?
My lucky number 7. So yeah, I sort of it was his birthday this week, and we had the Monday off, right? So I just thought, I've been praying about being a better father, better husband, being closer to the family, doing more family stuff. So God put it on my heart, then start taking the days off on their birthdays and stuff like that, So I actually put my leave through the whole year and just picked up every kid's birthday.
Oh, how good!
And took the day off.
Yo.
So on Thursday we all took the day off. Got all the kids. We got all passes at SeaWorld. So yeah, we spent the day there.
Nice.
And that was good, man, because there's something different we done in the morning. We all got together as a family. We prayed.
Yeah.
Everyone took their turns praying for Javon. And then we started our day, bro, and it was awesome. Yeah, like I told you, we're doing prayers in the morning when we drop off to school, before they go to school. But we really don't do that sort of stuff around around the kids' birthdays.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just passed it around. Everyone prayed for him,
Okay.
even Bree, and then we started our day. So yeah, I'm just thinking more and more family values. God's teaching me to be closer to my children, to be that have that leadership and sort of leading them into prayer and stuff like that, rather than just talking about it. So our conversations have led a lot more to that, being more active and hey man, let's pray, I'll start, and then we'll move it around.
And this is what is missing these days too, and it was something that was massive, I guess, back in our dad's days.
Yep.
But it wasn't so much in the sense of leading through God. It was more so leading in their work ethic, providing for us and all that sort of stuff, which was good,
Yeah.
But now what you're doing is, I guess, the true essence of leadership is what God's called us to do.
Amen.
is
Yeah.
to lead the household, and a lot of people get this misconstrued because they go, the man is the head of the house.
Yeah.
God says it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he doesn't say it in the way that people misconstrue by going, oh, you can't tell your wife what to do, or
Yeah.
this sort of stuff. All that sort of stuff, yes, you do, but it's all biblical. It's a team effort.
Yep.
But we, as the head of the household, we've got the final say. Like, we'll consult
Yep.
the wife and say, look, this is what's happening. This is what's on our heart. I believe we should do this.
Always.
And most of the time, 9 times out of 10, 99.99% of the time, they go, yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're on the same page. But you can't have two captains on one ship, right?
No.
You're just golf course. So that's a good point. Valid.
And that's awesome too, because I was just listening to Joseph Prince during the week, and he said, and one of the things that he reiterated with me, and I was like, oh, but like I'd never thought of it that way, because I've been sort of the same with you. I've been praying to the Lord to give me patience, help me be better, to be a better husband, to be a better person, for you, to be a better steward of money, better steward of time, just how just refine me,
Yeah, amen.
But listening to Joseph Prince, and Joseph Prince was saying that, when you focus on God and, worshipping Him and learning about Him, everything just flows on
Yep.
into your life
100%.
without you knowing.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
Yep.
100. So what are you doing? You pray in the morning. I listen to worship music and to sermons on my way to work, to and from work.
Yeah.
And then everything just sort of overflows from that. So, man.
Glory to the King, man. 100%. That's one of my things that I'm looking at now, is that exactly what you just said there, is that if you focus on the King and, I want to be in your presence, I want to talk to you all the time, these things start making changes without you looking at yourself so much, going, oh, did I do good enough? Did I do good enough? Because it's not about that, right?
And that's one of my things too that we've spoken about in the past, is that I sort of go, oh, and I remember asking you, why are you so confident for?
Yeah.
How do you get confident? And it's like, it's not you, it's
who my father is.
it's who your father is.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing now, because I've gone back to that fire's reignited again to get it burning like an inferno.
Yeah.
Everything's just flying from that, but not losing sight of, it's not me, man. It's
Like we always used to say back in is it Parkwood, all of thee, none of me, eh?
Yeah, man.
All of thee, none of me.
Yeah. Less of me, more of thee, until it's all of thee and none of me.
Yeah, amen. That's awesome.
Oh, man. The King, man. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, 100. That's really good. And Javan, bro, where did the years go, man?
Yeah, I know. They're
Do you
teens.
feel old?
13.
I was like, do you feel old, bro? I mean, like all your kids are just growing up right before your eyes.
You don't really count your age. Like I know, you count your ages through the year, but your metric on how you measure it is where your kids are sitting. You're like, what? Are you 13? Are you sure you're still not 7 or something like that? I always get their ages mixed up, because it was like, how old's that kid? And I'm like, oh, he's 9. And Bree's like, that was like 4 years ago. I'm like, I don't know, man.
The thing that got it for me was, I remember when you called me up when Shantae turned 18 or 16 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are you up to? Oh, no, nothing. He goes, oh, you're coming to Shantae's birthday. I was like, yeah, sweet. And I was thinking, oh, what, 10, 11?
Yeah.
How old is she? Oh, 18? Oh, true.
Yeah.
Like,
Gone are the days, eh?
Bro.
So fast.
Just like that, man.
So fast.
But no, you got some good kids there, bro. You've done a great job with them, man. You and Bree.
Yeah.
Doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank
for
you.
our viewers, we've done a couple of episodes talking about the local councils and if they're legit or not. So we're going to follow on from that, and we're going to talk about sovereign citizens. So my man here, Vils, has done a little bit of research on a sovereign citizen, and we're going to talk about that now and sort of expand a little more, bring more so awareness to you too about obviously not only local government but the actual government as a whole, and how we sort of fit into their debt and how they're using us as collateral. So, but we'll get it started. But my brother, what is a sovereign citizen?
What is a sovereign citizen? So, yeah, we're going to do a bit of reading on this, guys, so we can get the wording correct. But like I said, we discussed earlier, sovereign citizen sort of links back to our constitution. And the reason I picked this subject to follow on from what we're speaking about is because all the news and that shutting that shit down, all the censoring on social media, and the sovereign citizen actually follows on from the Constitution. It's a bit more depth, and I'm not really across it. We've got a professional out there, our brother Butch.
A good friend of ours is across this, and we'll get him onto the potty in due course. But that's for sure. But yeah, like the brother was saying here, it's when you see things getting censored or getting taken off, social media platforms or whatever it may be, it's got to flick a switch inside you and go,
Yeah.
This must be something behind it. Why they're shutting it down, but letting other things sort of remain in the public domain.
Yeah, it's always the indirect questions that we should be looking at rather than the direct questions. But what is a sovereign citizen? A sovereign citizen is someone who believes the current government has no legitimate jurisdiction over them as an individual, not disagreeing with law, rejecting the entire system of government authority over the living person. The belief system works like this. They argue there are two versions of you, the living, breathing human, and the legal fiction, a straw man, created by government when your birth certificate was issued. The capitalized name on the government documents, they say that's a corporate entity, and you, the flesh and blood person, never consented to be governed by laws that only apply to this entity.
So before we move on to that too, like the strawman there, I
Yep.
mean, this is pretty much it. So from the research that I've sort of done, I've sort of had a look at, the governments are in debt to the World Banking Organization.
Cartel.
The
call it,
cartel,
yep.
yeah, the corporate cartel. So each government in the world is in debt. So the way they pay the debt, they've got to have like an asset or some sort of collateral.
Mm-hmm.
So as the brother spoke there, we are the collateral by having a birth certificate written out for us. So you can continue on with it.
Yeah. So in depth of that, like following on that, it is true when you look at your passport or your driver's license, why are your names in capital? So these are the questions I ask, like not so much like, what is it? What does it mean? It's sort of like they've stated you as a person. That if we read on here, and I'll read on in a second, it's admiralty law and maritime, which means you're out to sea, which means you're deceased. You're not on the land, right?
So if you go back into a couple of episodes previously, we discussed like maritime and common law and all that sort of stuff as well. So, but the brother will expand on it a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll both elaborate on it. We'll just carry on there. They also argue that the legal system quietly shifted from common law, the original law of the land, to admiralty or maritime law, just what we just touched on, commercial law, and that this switch happened without the people's knowledge or consent. So everything built on top of it, taxes, licenses, fines, council rate, is built on a fraudulent foundation.
And the thing is too, man, because we've sort of just gone with the flow and just done everything, we just thought, oh yeah, cool, we need a license, all this sort of stuff. But in actual fact, we don't, and it's built on a fraudulent foundation.
Yep,
isn't it?
It is. And growing up, we didn't know much about this. We just thought the government was there to help people. They kept the structure of life, society, how it operates, which is their job.
That's their job. Yeah.
But corruption's just coming, and obviously they've figured out how to twist things. And the biggest thing is and this is what we're doing, is bringing out awareness. All right, just bring the awareness of what this is, where this is. You need to dig deeper for yourself if you really want to see the truth and how this sort of works out. So we're just bringing sort of it's like just the top level.
Entry level sort of stuff?
Entry level stuff, just the top of the cake there. And there's a lot more depth into it.
100, man.
In Australia, the movement often goes by free man on the land. Some refuse to show driver's license, some deny courts have jurisdiction, some file elaborate legal notices, some argue their birth certificate is a bond, that the government has been trading on it and they're owed money. Just some dotted points here. Originated in the US, early 1970s, now active in 26 countries. In Australia, free man on the land, same core ideology. Core claim, the living person never consented to be governed. Consent is everything. Touch base on that one. Yep. The strawman theory, your all caps legal name is corporate fiction. You are not it. Admiralty law theory, common law was secretly replaced with commercial law, never put to the people. COVID supercharged the movement globally. Lockdowns and mandates drove millions towards an anti-authority framework. So the one that stands out to me is the one, the living person never consented to be governed. So we have the right to live on, like, who said the government owns this land?
100%.
Who said that? Like, it's all ours, and we have the right to earn money the way you need to earn money, to earn food, living. And this here just puts it in, like the government now, the overreach now that they're putting in, like you can't go here, you need a passport to fly there. They're just putting all these restrictions, and these restrictions are just coming in.
Yep.
And I think this is what's awakening the people, because they're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Look at the court system. We've talked about this. The court system telling me when I can see my kids, how I can see my kids, and just it's making it so much harder for fathers.
We'll expand more on this, on the court system and what the brother went through, but just before we move on,
Yeah.
do you just want to talk a little bit there about your experience and what happened in that court? Like, give us a bit of a rundown, like how the kids were taken off you and what you did to get them back.
Hey man, this story is really, man, this is all God. Like, this, and I've spoken to you about it. Like, there's a lot of men out there that fight for their children. I'm just one of those people that just held on to God like nothing. Both hands just held onto his coat and said, man, Lord, I need you for this one, because there's such a corrupt system that's loaded towards mothers. And, there's some good mothers out there, so I'm not pointing at all mothers. And, the children are taken away, and I was, this thing of proven innocence before,
You're guilty.
yeah, guilty before innocence, whatever it is bullshit, man. They've got you on the guilty load. The police, they support all the women. They put all these things into place to block you. And I had to try fight around it. Fortunately, I had God, so I just punched through that. So,
and what made the thing harder as well is that the brother, obviously, if you can't see already, he's already got his back against the wall by being, a 6 foot something Polynesian or a 6 foot Samoan. So already they're profiling him and already, straight away, he's done all these bad things to the ex.
Absolutely. That's one thing. It's the truth. And I had my lawyer say this to me. Mate, unfortunately, you're a big guy, so we're going to try keep the battle out of court, because we go in, the appearance is just there.
Yeah, straight away they just make that profile.
It's done. You're locked in. But fortunately for God, he led me all the way. There was an opening there where we got the kids back. They were just left out with random friends and family, and I'm through prayer and everything, I rang my lawyer. I said, hey man, my kids are just abandoned. And they called me. Mother just left them at some friend's house, and they've been there for like 2-3 weeks, and they don't know where their mum is. So I called my lawyer, and he's like, that's the perfect time to go get them. Go get them. So I rushed off, grabbed them, and got them on my side. And then now the fight was in my court.
Yeah.
Because and my lawyer quickly threw the paperwork together, and we pushed it out there that, hey man, they've been abandoned. And then she had to fight from her side. And it gave me the upper hand straight away.
So hold that thought before, because we're going to dedicate a whole potty to Vils' story. But in that time, where was that time when you just thought, I know God was with you, but at that time you just thought, oh no, it's not happening, it's not happening. But he got you, he pulled you through. What was that moment there? Which moment in that time where you thought it was over, but
the key points was just went like, we got them.
Yeah.
That day when I went and got them. That day when I was driving there, but
what did it feel? What did it feel to you?
Man, it was just panic. It was excitement. It was like, Lord, I know you got me, and I prayed all the way there. When I was driving towards him, it was starting to like literally thundered and pissed down, like it was trying to stop me from getting where I need to go. And I was like, Lord, I'm not stopping. I'm going through. And there was on the news, big wins and stuff like that was coming through. But when I saw my kids and I grabbed them, I hugged them for the first time. I hadn't seen them for over a year, because she held them away from me. Just like that my heart, where I've just been keeping it strong and solid on the outside for the whole time, it just broke. I just grabbed my kids. I got you guys now. Don't you worry now, man. I'm here. I've got it. And it just all that fight and all that just trying to hold myself together just come undone. And I'm like, Lord, I know it's you. It's all you. 100.
Oh, man. The brother's been through a lot, but we'll dedicate a full potty to his story. Back to what we were talking about before. Obviously, COVID come in, and it sort of was the tester, I guess.
Supercharged it. So you remember how they got the COVID, got us to sort of follow the COVID rules. It was through the emergency laws.
Yep, remind us.
Yep. So through the emergency, we had to pretty much give up our rights. We had to stay home and all this. And then they tried to, so for them to be able to do that sort of stuff, only emergency laws with, things like this can hold us back. And they activated that law. And then we were fucked for about a month or so, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
2
it was
months.
Good 2-3 months, man.
Just
That
locked everyone down.
Yeah.
Right here, again, man, they don't have the right to do these things. They don't have the right for you to say, they're telling us you can't leave your home, you can't go see your grandmother, you can't go see your friend next door, you're not allowed to talk in shops.
A lot of funerals that happened, a lot of people that died during that time was unrelated to the vaccine, but a lot of people that died at the time, people couldn't go to the funerals.
Yep.
Vanessa's grandmother died when she was 100 in Victoria, but they couldn't fly down there because of these laws.
Yep.
And they had to watch it through a flipping live stream.
Yep.
Fuck me dead.
Yep.
But even the people that could attend, they had to do the social distancing.
Yeah. I mean, how pathetic does it look now?
Well, a lot of people were onto it, you, myself,
Yep.
and all our close friends were onto it. But there's the fear-mongering that went on as well with it too.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you just walk in the street, you're coughing and people are like, what are you doing out? Are you supposed to be out?
Yeah. Or
Shut up.
why you're not wearing a mask and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. Hey, but I think if it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't have the awareness that we have now.
Exactly.
Now everyone's aware. Now everyone's sort of like, hey, have you heard the new one that's coming out on some sort of ship? the ankle virus or fuck whatever.
Bro.
I mean, everyone's just sort of like, man, we've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
We can't be fooled now. Which is why I'm like, yeah, this is another thing God does, right? He exposes these things so we can wake up to it. Too many of us are asleep.
Exactly, brother. Exactly, man. So, but the core argument here, what was the core argument here?
So with the what is a sovereign citizen? It's pretty much consent. The question underneath all this is consent. Did you consent? Have you consented to the government to have authority over your life like this? I don't remember doing it. I didn't sign any papers and say, hey man, you can tell me how to make money. You can tax me if you want. You can make me buy a house and tell me I've got to pay you rates for the rest of my life. Like, I don't remember or any of that. So consent is the key here about sovereign citizens. Pretty much sovereign citizens are saying, I didn't consent to any of this. You don't own me. I'm not under your laws. That's what a sovereign citizen is.
And you would have seen, like, in the social medias, and obviously we know one personally, that say they're sovereign citizens, and you're probably going, oh, this, that, other, you should obey the law. But in actual fact, they are right. They haven't consented to it. So, mate, they've got every right to live on the land. So who are they, or who are the government to tell us what to do?
100%. I mean, fishing. Now they got all these laws of fisheries and that going out into the water, stopping people from catching certain amounts of fish. I get the smaller sizes and stuff like that. But even that, who consented? Who let them be the authority to come out there and say, you cannot get fish for food or things like that?
Yeah, food from the land, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So consent's the key there. So we'll just go on to the second question.
Mate, why is the government trying to censor and suppress the sovereign citizens?
Yeah, so I put that question in. Why is the government trying to censor? So that's the question we should all be asking. Because we go through all these things saying, oh, well, it's full of shit and, sovereign people are crazy and this and that. But the real question is, then why are they trying to censor it?
Yeah.
So I'll just read through this again.
Yeah, man.
And then we'll come back and we'll elaborate on it. Because their ideas are spreading and they can't win the argument in plain English. So they've gone after the label instead. Here's what's actually happening. Social media platforms have banned sovereign citizen content. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all restricted.
I wonder why.
The AFP, Australian Federal Police, has classified adherence as a security concern. In 2015, the New South Wales Police listed them as a potential terrorist threat in an internal counter-terrorism report. Courts issued gatekeeper orders to block repeat filers. Germany went further and prescribed its equivalent movement as extremist organisation. Just stop there.
Mate, I mean, for a sovereign citizen who believes, oh, actually they've got the right to live on the land, they don't have to be governed by any laws
Yep.
because they didn't consent to it. For them to be labelled as a terrorist,
Terrorist. There we go.
like,
These are the
bro,
questions. Those are the questions. That's the $1 million question. Why then? They just want to live free, right? How's that a terrorism? How?
So how is a person that wanting to live free be a terrorist, but yet will let terrorist brides, ISIS brides, back into the country? Answer that one, and they're free to come in.
Yep.
Easy, come in. Yeah, it's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good. But yet someone that's born in the country can't even live here. That's crazy, man.
Yep. And courts. Courts issue gatekeeper orders to block repeat filers. What is gatekeeper orders?
What is
Means-
a gatekeeper order?
A gatekeeper order is stopping them from coming back into the court. So if someone's already filed it before they've won, they know what's going on, they find your name and they block you from ever filing anything again. So they just block you. You can't come back in here.
Why do they block you?
Because you're bringing down this government fucking fraud system and it's just exposing them all. And if you get a lot more people seeing this and it's winning in court, what's going to happen? The whole system's going to collapse. It's going to collapse, man. And that's where we are right now. So, yeah. Let's read further on there. The government's
going.
official reason is three things. One, court congestion. They flood court systems with legal filings. Courts call it paper terrorism. Real. It's genuine resource drain. Two, violence. Some adherents, particularly in the US, have been involved in confrontations with the police. The FBI classifies sovereign citizen extremists as domestic terrorist. 3, fraud. Some within the movement run paid seminars selling documents, kits, promising to wipe debts or beat fines, targeting desperate people. But
That's what they like to say.
yeah,
Go on.
that's their excuses there.
Yeah.
But here's the question that never gets asked. Why does a movement that supposedly just confused people with bad legal arguments require counterterrorism classification, social media bans, and gatekeeping orders to suppress?
With those sort of points there, it sort of could just, like, for me, I'll be just like, bro, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Like, why are they going out of their way?
Yep.
And I'll use the ISIS brides again as an example to stop this, but yet,
Yep.
we'll let all these immigrants or everyone else in
Yep.
free of charge. Do whatever you want.
Yep.
But when someone wants to question the authority
Yep.
and the way the government's run, the way the court systems run, they go run it.
And that's the key, questioning the authority, their authority. Questioning about our freedom. What are our rights? They want to take them away. They don't want their system to collapse, because when everyone gets a hold of it, these people are going to be gone.
Exactly, and then we've talked about it in previous eps where there's strength in numbers. Once everyone gets on board, from your own, like, we're creating awareness for you. But once people get on board doing your own research and stuff, and you just finally click and go, oh, hell no.
Yep.
That's not what we're doing.
So the answer here is because the underlying questions are dangerous to power. Not dangerous to people, dangerous to the system. When ordinary people start asking whether they actually consented to be governed, whether rules were ever put to them, whether there are real mechanisms to hold government accountable, that's uncomfortable. The easiest way to shut it down is to attach it to the most extreme examples and call the whole thing terrorism.
And on the terrorism, whilst we're talking about terrorism, I just want to sort of but deviate away to another terrorism threat when the Twin Towers
Yep.
were blown up by terrorists.
Yep.
So you can see how the government word these things, bring the fear mongering in.
Yep.
And I think we're lucky now in the generation that we're in that we've got the internet.
Yep.
You know,
100%.
we can,
Information age, right?
we've got the information. So
Yeah.
now, like, it's no fault of our parents there because they didn't know any better. But now we've got the information
Yep.
in our hands now where we can help, create that awareness for the peeps.
100%. And it's, this is where ignorance is not, man, you can't be ignorant about these things, right?
No.
Because you just put forward to, right then, you've got extremists that took down the Twin Towers, and then you've got extremists that just want to be free and not want to be under the authority of the government to be told what to eat, when to eat, where to eat, how to make money, how to pay taxes.
They just want to live their own life.
These two here, the polar opposites, right? So it's going to bring down the whole system. So the points on this, on the second question: social media bans sovereign citizen content across YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. AFP and New South Wales Police have classified adherents as potential terrorist threats. FBI classifies sovereign citizen extremists as domestic terrorists in the US. Germany prescribed its equivalent. It's the Reichsbürger. I guess that's terrorist. And the movement surges every time economic conditions worsen or government overreach increases. Documented consistently. So this usually comes out, the sovereign people arguments start pushing forward is when they fucking do something stupid like try and take our rights or try and, this is when the people stand up. But it's got to get to a point where, like, they're squeezing us so bad right now, right?
Oh, bro, it's unreal.
Like,
Everyone's feeling it.
Well, homeowners, how many interest rates have we... Right. They take it down once and then they bring it up 4 times.
Bro, and then some. It's just crazy the amount of times the interest rates have gone up. And just on that too, I think this has really hit home as of late. As soon as you just own your own home, you sort of think about these sort of things. You want to save a buck.
Yeah.
When you're renting, not so much. You sort of just do your own thing. But when you own your own home, these things come into play, like rates and all the rest of it. And you brought it to my attention, really. And this is why we're talking about it, make you guys aware that, we're getting screwed.
Yep. Like we always talk about, man, rates, I don't disagree with rates. I guess there's rubbish to be collected, streets need to be cleaned, parks need to be taken care of, so forth, so forth. But when we're spending $330 million just for Logan City Council, shout out there to Logan City Council.
How many houses or constituents in the Logan City Council?
I think it was 136,000 or something like that. I've got to go back to the numbers, but I did the math and I went to the lowest amount of a quarterly rate. So the lowest amount, they average from like 400 to like 1,200 a quarter. I just went about 500. I kept it pretty low.
Yeah.
And even at a low amount for the Logan City Council, all the constituents in that area, $330 million a year. Ask the question, where's it going? Where's it going?
Where's it going?
Why are we still paying separate fees to get my bins emptied? Why am I paying for a transfer station that's like 2 minutes around the corner? I'm paying like $20 to go in there and throw rubbish out. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly, man. And I think, we discussed it on the other episode. If that was the case, we should have a bloody dream world in every estate.
Yep. 100%, man. There should be like free gyms everywhere, every estate.
Actual.
Health places, doctors. Doctors are all starting now to charge. There's no one that bog bills anymore.
Nah, it's very few and far between now, eh?
This Medicare levy's just falling to shit.
Yeah.
But here's a question. We'll leave you with this segment, and I'll just leave you with a question. Something to think about. Is the government going after sovereign citizens because they are a genuine threat? Or is it because the questions underneath the label are the ones they don't have a good answer to? That's what's on the table. And that question deserves to be heard.
Absolutely, man. And there's some points there, man. Have a look, watch the episode again. But there's just some awareness for you guys, out there in YouTube land, just to have a think about it. Because, prior to, I guess, Shawnee, I had no idea. I thought the same. I thought a sovereign citizen, bro, lock him up.
Yeah.
Not understanding the actual meaning of it.
Yep.
But ever since Shawnee was involved, I was like, bro, that's rubbish.
But this is why we also don't watch the news, right? Because they
the
push
MSM
they push out their propaganda and the narrative. These people are crazy. This and that, and then you just like we've read then. The police, the AFP police are saying they're terrorism, the terrorist.
The terrorists in your own country.
They're getting censored on Facebook. All these social platforms are shutting them down. Why? If they didn't mean anything, if it's not that bad, let the information come through.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem is they're trying to shut it off from the people to get the understanding. And that's why we're here to open that information to you, for you to think about these sort of things.
And there'll be some, depending on whatever platform you use, whether ChatGPT, Claude, or whatever it may be, there's got to be ways around it, and the brother will talk about it in future episodes where, you'll question it in a way that they will answer it, because obviously the platform's got their own spin on it, and they don't want to sort of, I guess, give away too much, because obviously if they do, it'll be
Absolutely, these
Good information there.
these AI platforms, they're programmed, 100% they're programmed. But the way I'm getting my information here is sitting it out as a debate. So I just want the information as a debate for both sides, open conversation. So it brings these through, but it always throws up warnings about like, oh yeah, but you got to make sure, as per law and legal guide. I'm like, I actually tell it, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about that. This is for a podcast, and it's going to be controversial. So I want it to be open and raw, and that's how I corner some of these questions. So even it was pretty open for us. It doesn't just hold the narrative of the government. I've also asked it when I ask it questions and things is to not be to be impartial as well. So there's a few tips and tricks that you can, if you're doing some research and you're using AI, you can corner it if you ask the right questions.
Yeah. And I guess in the future we'll go through and the brother here can share some of those sort of tips and tricks to help corner the platforms. But bro, some great information there, man, and some food for thought for you guys as well, man. Like really have a look at it too, because without our friend being in that situation too, didn't really open my eyes. But we've created the awareness there for you. Have a look, do a bit of research, man, and let us know. Comment wherever and below, or but just let us know how you go with it, man, because it's just we've got every right to it, and just creating the awareness for you guys.
And we've got a lot of people out there that have been through the situation, have beaten the system, man. These are the people we need to pull to the forefront. Put your comments down below. Put some links there, man. We'll link you in. Like we just need to get the information out there.
100, man. That was good, brother. Enjoyed that. Sweet. All right. Now we're on the Friday. NRL round 10 kicked off last night. I don't know who played, but we'll talk about that game. The Dolphins and the Bulldogs. 44-10, I think it was. 44-12 to the Dolphins.
In the end, yeah.
The Bulldogs are in a world hurt.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, they hung in for the first probably 10, 15 minutes.
Still
and and then they just fell away. And they fell away big.
From a, I can be sort of biased because I support the Dogs, but from an outsider looking in for you, what do you see? What do you see happening there at Balmore for the Bulldogs?
Man, to me, I think it's sort of like, all the controversy that's going on in the camp right now. The Lachlan Galvin and, all that sort of shit that's stirring around. They had a Bronson Jerry episode there. It's just, I kind of feel the team's not linked in. Was it last season or the season before? It was last season, right?
Last season, last year they were
locked and loaded.
They were flying.
They were high-fiving, they were playing to their structure. The thing that impressed me last season was their defence.
Yeah, man.
They had some fucking mongrel in them for once. No one could actually cross the line. It was more impressive than their attack. But that sort of led the platform for them to attack.
Yeah.
Right now, man, they're just like, kind of, for me, feels like there's lost souls running out there.
Yeah.
My man Critter is probably like some sort of crossroads. Did you see him go off at Lachlan Galvey for that really, really fucking soft try?
Yeah.
Dutch.
Yeah.
It's just shit like that, It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, it was a bit of a soft try there, but I don't know. It's no one looks connected in that side, and it's I think their season's over more or less. But man, again, can't take anything away from Redcliffe, man.
Was that Champagne Rugby?
That was pretty good, man.
There was some good, like just the team all across the park.
Yeah.
Through the middle, on the outside. Your cousin, Katoa. And credit to, what's his? Nikorima coming back and just adding attack on both sides. And then them two linking up. Yeah,
Nikorima provides a perfect foil for Katoa. Allows them to play, because I think without Nikorima there, I think Katoa puts on, I think he takes on more responsibility for the way the team attacks.
Yeah.
But with Nikorima there, it sort of allows them just to play his natural game,
Because he's developed quite a bit, Katoa. I saw the game last week where he's more like his kicking's controlled, putting the high ball for Bostic, like just aiming at those weak areas on the defence. and he came away with a win. So
Yeah, he was next in line, obviously, at Penrith before Bennett signed him to the Dolphins.
Yep.
And obviously he did his apprenticeship under Nathan, so you could see
yep,
he's got the goods there. So good on the cousin, but yeah, the Dogs up to. Friday night, the first game, which is on right now whilst we're doing this podcast, Roosters and the Titans. Who did you pick and why?
oh, Roosters, man. Roosters are just I think they're probably the form team at the moment. They're the form team, attacking, man.